Good rainy Thursday morning to you all. Looking at our USA mortgage level of concern, a chance for mostly non-severe storms. This activity that we have moving through this morning is going to stay below severe limits. Could get a strong storm in there mixed in, but everything is expected to stay below those severe limits. However, we should see some more isolated thunderstorms develop this afternoon into the evening as that final push of drier air starts to move in. And we're going to be just hot and humid enough in the afternoon where I think it's going to be enough fuel to kick off some storms. Because of their rather isolated nature, I think some of those storms could potentially become strong, perhaps even an isolated severe storm. And that's what our premier generator's threat shows us, is that, again, this activity this morning, non-severe, but again, any storm that forms this afternoon and evening could be on the strong side. I wouldn't be surprised if one or two of those are listed as severe at some point. But we'll track the radar, and if you have outdoor plans for this afternoon and evening, just keep an eye on that and be aware of that. Our 5-day forecast brought to us by Clearview Closet and Blind. Rain today, scattered showers and thunderstorms likely, especially this morning. And then again, like I said, we'll probably see some additional development this afternoon and evening. It won't be as widespread as what we're seeing this morning, it doesn't look like, but certainly some isolated storms. The clouds and the rain showers keeping our temperatures down into the upper 70s. Tomorrow, we start cranking up the heat, but we also introduce drier weather. Look at that, Friday through Monday. I can't even put a single raindrop on there. But man, look at those temperatures. Mid 80s on Friday, upper 80s on Saturday, and then low 90s Sunday and Monday. So when the Plateau gets to the low 90s, everybody else is really hot. So Nashville, Knoxville, and all those places in Chattanooga, they're all going to be several degrees warmer than that, and they'll be in likely the mid to upper 90s. So wow, some heat is on the way. But that's good news for the hay weather forecast. Hot and dry is exactly what they need, and especially after all the rain we've had, that ground is so wet. But today bad, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and I can tell you right now, I think Tuesday and Wednesday are looking good too. So it looks like we're finally going to have a stretch of good hay weather with lower humidity values in the afternoon, and of course the dry weather. But looking at our extended threats, after we get past today's strong storm heavy rainfall threat, then we watch the heat. So starting pretty much Sunday, maybe even Saturday, we start seeing well above normal temperatures. And then possibly by the end of next week into the weekend, some dangerously hot temperatures. So cranking up some higher heat and higher humidity levels. And so we'll be taking our breaks in the shade and drinking plenty of water and doing all that good stuff. So I'll keep you posted on all of that. On this day in weather history, watch us program will travel. 1835, a tornado tore through the center of New Brunswick, New Jersey, killing 5 people, spread debris as far as Manhattan Island. The tornado provided the first opportunity for scientists to study firsthand the track of such a storm. Who would think that part of the country would be where that first study would be? 1990, what would eventually be known as the inland hurricane struck central Kansas. And we see these systems, these big wind events, and sometimes they even make it to us in some form or another. With this rascal, my goodness, 65 to 120 mile per hour winds. That is pretty wild stuff. The storm knocked out power to all the Wichita TV stations, and they were off the air for hours. All but one of the Wichita radio stations, including the Wichita NOAA Weather Radio, was knocked off the air. So yeah, weather radio is not perfect. It's close, but it's not there. And that's why we ask you to have multiple ways of getting your warnings, including a reliable app, radio, TV, whatever you need. You folks have a wonderful Thursday and keep looking up. For more weather information, meteorologistmark.com.